Alright, let's try this one. Should be the right microphone now. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. It's Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, and I'm very excited. I have to tell you, I was like this close from canceling the stream because it is such a gorgeous day out right now. It is nice. You don't need a jacket. It is warm. I got off work and I was like, oh, I just want to go be outside. It is so nice. And then I thought, you know what, if I cancel the stream, I'll probably waste it and just like, I don't know, lay on the couch watching something on Netflix. Maybe I would have took the dogs on a short walk, but that would have been it. And I know there will be more nice days. It's just like the first real one, I feel like, but I have heard that it's going to be up in the 90s sometime soon, which is very exciting. But yeah. Pirates, hello! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? And B Some hosted us. Thank you for the host, B. How are you? Hopefully you're doing good. I hope so. Let's see. I don't know if I got any news or anything besides it's gorgeous out, and I almost quit. Not quit, but canceled because I wanted to be outside. Work's been going okay. We've been painting Wolverine. For anybody that doesn't know, and I think it's coming together. I'm looking at it. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm looking at it. I have just a little bit left to do on the Sentinel, and then I think we can start on Wolverine himself. I might do some touching up sort of here and there. I can sort of see spots where the canvas is still kind of showing. Sorry for all the jingle jangles. That's Dylan. He can't figure out what he wants to do with himself, apparently. He's jumping down and up and scratching and digging. I don't know what. He's just going for it. Doing good, just dropping by. Awesome, awesome. Glad you're doing well. Glad you're doing well. Do I have anything else to mention of importance? Don't think so. I don't have any announcements necessarily coming up. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that means we should start painting. Here you go. You guys are going to be able to see it now. For everybody that hasn't gotten a chance to yet, this is our reference, obviously. This is what I'm doing, working on. I think it's coming along pretty good. We've been working on like all this Sentinel stuff for the last couple of times. The rest of it went pretty quick. I did like the bricks pretty fast, the rocks down here. There's so much detail in these things. It took probably like 2 streams to just do it all. And I know that probably doesn't look like a whole lot, but it really took a while. There's a lot of detail in here. The sky I've been kind of like messing around with here and there. I haven't touched it in a little while though. I guess the smoke instead of the sky. I still think there's something weird about it. I can't put my finger on it. I'll probably mess with it some more. I'm just not sure what it is. But yeah. And then let's see if you guys, what are you looking at? I don't know how good the quality is. I don't think you can really tell, but there are little places where white of the canvas is showing through the paint, sort of here and there. I can see some up here and like around there. So I'll probably go back at some point and touch that up. I want, you know, you don't want the canvas showing through. But yeah, we still have a whole lot of work to do on Wolverine himself. I've been sort of saving him for last because he's the focal point. So today I'm going to focus on, and we should finish, painting the rest of the Sentinel's face. Got a lot of work here to do. I've been kind of nervous about it. I've never had to match like a flesh tone before. I mean, you guys know, I was just doing landscape stuff. I've never had to match a flesh tone before, so we'll see how that goes. And I am also nervous about painting him too. There's going to be a lot happening, especially in his like chest and abs area. There's a lot going on right there. Don't think the legs will be too hard. I'm really nervous about his mouth, like if I'm going to be able to do a good job getting his teeth and stuff, but I do have some really fine detail brushes, so hopefully I'll put him to some good use. But yeah, this is what we've been working on. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think it's going to be pretty good. Christian, hey, how are you doing? Hopefully great. Hopefully everybody's doing great today. Let's see. I'm gonna get rid of my start music and put on some real music. Okay. Yeah, that should be playing. Hopefully it's not too loud. I can't really tell how loud that is for you guys. Maybe I'll drop it down. Maybe I'll drop it down to there. Maybe lower. Okay. I just need to make sure that my mic is louder than the music, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. Looks like it is, but hopefully it's at a good volume where you can still enjoy the music. Okay, I gotta get my colors ready. It looks like, I mean, I'm not really sure how to make that. I'm gonna guess white, obviously, probably black, obviously, maybe some brown, but also maybe, I think a little bit of purple too in some spots, and kind of like orange also. I'm not really sure. This is going to be an experiment of how to get these colors the way that they should be. Almost done. You would think that, but I feel like I still have a long way to go, especially with Wolverine himself. I think that'll take a while. I'm guessing 3 or 4 more streams for it to be finished. Map, what's up? How are you? Happy Wednesday. Okay, so I'm going to get some colors ready. Let's get... Almost use that backwards. Alright, I'm going to get white. I'm definitely going to need white. And black. I'm definitely going to need black. And then the other colors are sort of going to be me experimenting, because I'm really not sure what I'm going to need to make that fleshy tone. I've never had it here before. I'm going to get some purple, like a little bit, not a lot. I definitely ended up with too much leftover paint yesterday. Don't want to make that same mistake. I have been kind of putting it to good use though. I'm going to go with some yellow oxide. I haven't used this color before, but it looks kind of like a tan fleshy color. And maybe once I mix it with some white, it'll be closer to the color I'm thinking. So what did I say? White, yellow, purple, and black. I think I had also said maybe some brown. I want to get the tiniest bit of brown. I'm going to go with burnt sienna. And I'm just making this up. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to make this up. And hopefully I'll get colors that look like they'll be good for a sentinel face. So here's what we've got. White, I think that was burnt sienna, that was the yellow oxide, purple, and black. And I'm just gonna start off with, I think a smaller brush. Let's go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one, so you can see it's a quite small brush. And that's good because I don't want to do too much damage with a big brush. I'm going to start off small instead of big, because I don't want to do too much damage. And I'm going to do some of the easier stuff first, like this white area. That's going to be pretty easy to do because it's mostly pure white. And then it looks like it might have like a touch of yellow down here and on the edges and stuff, but it's mostly pure white. But I'm just gonna take some white and I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow. And if it gets too much color on there, I'll just add more white. Because it's very, very bright white. So probably gonna be working from up here. So it's white with just a teeny touch. And then I've already got that darker yellow color right here. So that'll be our start of this. Oh, alright, pirates, have a great night. I hope you get some good sleep. Thanks for stopping by and saying hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for the mixer love. I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited. Tomorrow is bowling day with my bowling league at work. Very excited for that. My team is in 2nd place, believe it or not. We got lucky. There's a guy on my team who last game he got like, I don't know. It was multiple strikes in a row, and I think that's the only reason why we didn't lose it, because I was definitely off my game, and I think some of my other teammates would probably say the same for themselves. But he was on it and took up the slack. So my team has 6 people on it, but it's weird. They only calculate the top 4 scores. So if you do really, really bad, then you're okay. Because if the rest of your team does alright, it won't even matter what you did, because they will make up for it for you. And he bowls like he just puts his 2 fingers in the ball and then like hook spins it. And sometimes it does really awesome. Sometimes it's just straight gutters. And I think it's pretty cool. And I would like to learn how to do that, because I cannot get my ball to curve at all. And so I get a lot of splits and stuff, because if you hit the pins straight on, then they usually end up splitting. And if you can curve it and get it into this like pocket, I don't know if you guys know about bowling, I'm starting to learn, but if you can curve it and get it into this pocket, then it's more likely to get a strike. But I can't do that, because I usually just bowl straight. And sometimes it's awful. And it was weird. It was weird. So the last time I went, I kind of lost my pace. So I always start at the same spot, and I kind of count my steps, and then I throw when I get to the right number. And for some reason, halfway through the first game last week, it didn't line up. And when I went to throw, I was too far away. And I'm just like, I don't know what happened. And it messed me up for almost the whole rest of the night. I couldn't figure out what was going on. You know, why my little technique that I had for myself wasn't working. And it was just off. And then I finally figured it out at the end of the second game, that for some reason I had just started my steps on the wrong foot. I had just started walking on the wrong foot. And that was like completely throwing everything off. I don't know why I had just started doing that all of a sudden, but I did. And it changed everything. It really threw me off. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of trying to get our bright areas. And I can go back. It's always easier to darken things than it is to lighten things. So starting with our brightest brights, and then we can go back and add dark to it later as needed. And there aren't a whole lot of like highlights on this guy, but there's definitely some. I'm gonna have to touch up some spots. I can already see a little bit of the purple that I messed up, but I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's make this. Let's make a little bit of a darker color. I'm gonna add some yellow and some brown together. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had to make a flesh tone before. I don't like that. I'm gonna add some white to it. I think that looks better. So we're gonna try this. And it still might be too light. Okay, let's add some black, a little more yellow, and a little bit more brown. Okay, let's try that. So this gets a good bit darker. So we're just gonna see how this looks. I really have no idea. You might hear Dylan going, I've got the window open because it's so nice out. And I can definitely hear like the neighborhood kids playing. Alright, let's see. This is going to end up getting quite a bit darker because this is the bottom of the nose here. So let's add some black and some brown to this. I do a lot of mixing just straight off the brush, which can be a good and a bad thing. It's good because it's fast, but it's bad because it can really gunk up your bristles. Some people will only mix up colors with the knife. but I like to just kind of mix as I go. Unless I'm making like a really big batch of color for something, like the background or the sky, something where I'm going to be doing a lot of just that one color, then I'll like use a palette knife and mix up a big, you know, a big clump of it. But stuff like this, I'm basically constantly changing and adjusting the color because these are just shadow areas, and shadows change how bright and how dark they are based on like the curve and the intensity of the light, stuff like that. I'm gonna make this basically just square. And I just got to thinking is that the grass is gonna start to grow soon, and I probably won't be able to continue to stream with the window open because people are gonna be mowing and it's gonna be loud and awful. I'm not looking forward to weeds and mosquitoes, but bring on the warm weather. I will take it. Cold weather just really makes me miserable. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make a lighter color again. I'm gonna spray my paints. So I'm using acrylic paints, and acrylic paints dry really fast. So occasionally you have to spritz them with water. This I actually got off on Amazon, and it's a hair spritzer. And it works pretty good. I tried something like this, and this leaves like just big globs of like water, just like big droplets, while this does more of like a nice spritz. It's probably not as good as, let's say, you use like an airbrusher, which I have seen people recommend those, and I looked into it, but they're not cheap, so I went with this. And sometimes I'll occasionally get drops, and this is like if you're spraying down your canvas to keep the paint wet. If you get a big drop of water, then it's really gonna mess up the paint that's right there. But just working on the palette, it's fine. So I can already tell that my two colors there don't quite match. So I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. I'm just gonna add a bit more brown to it. And go back in, because this is all basically the same color. That's a lot closer. It's a lot closer. Okay, let's bring this color up here. I'm really just hoping that this all works out because I have no idea. I have no idea how to paint flesh. So if this doesn't come out looking good, that's why. It's a lot easier to match other colors. I think flesh is pretty specific, and I know that technically this is a robot and it's not like human flesh, but it looks like skin. I mean, it's made to look like skin. So we'll just see what happens. I did put my brush in a little bit of water. Water kind of helps things slide around and move. Let's get a bit darker. And let's come up here. This gets quite a bit darker up there. And down here. That line is right there, something like that. And this actually has like another line like right here. So there's all these like planes on this thing's face. Like that right there is a plane, then that is a plane, then this is a plane. And they all have their own like way that the light hits them. So like this plane right here, it's darker over here and lighter over here. This is mostly white and then gets darker down here. Definitely like, I mean, you can tell the light's coming from this direction and it's beating down on it. So all those things, like, you know, I'm trying to match. You have to really pay attention to like how dark your darks get and how light they get, and you know how they're fading out and the direction they're coming from. Otherwise it won't quite work, it won't look right. There's going to be a lot of like color blending and mixing to get it to look right, to get those like fades the way that they're happening. It's got to go even darker. I'm going to take some brown, maybe a little bit of purple, maybe more brown. The purple and brown together, and a touch of black. I'm just making this up. I don't know. I'm hoping to get a nice dark color. And the purple's okay because there's a lot of purple in this whole painting, so it would naturally just pick up some purple color. So like when I said like, oh, purple, you guys might have been like, what, purple? But it makes sense, it really does. Okay, something like that. And then I'm gonna bring this color down here too, because you can see that is like super dark, and then it gets a little lighter, and then you get basically the color for the rest of the nose. I'll go back with like a fine tip brush, like a copper paint in there, so you can get it out. And go back and touch up these lines. You can see there's like a line of highlight, you know, walking around the eye and stuff. We'll go back and get that stuff. And I think that this is gonna take another coat when it dries. I think I'm matching it okay. It's not perfect, but I think it's good enough. I think it's good enough, and that's the best part. I want to share this community with my country. Well, thank you so much. I wish I knew how to say your name. I'm really sorry that I don't. Miss Evsky? I hope that was okay. But thank you for the follow. Getron, thank you. Mew for you. Thanks everybody hanging out on D-Live. I appreciate it. Sorry if sometimes I miss comments. I get really into the painting and I forget to look away at times. I start explaining something and then I'm just in it. But I hope you guys can still enjoy it. Now I'm gonna switch over to this brush. I like to blend with this brush. It does a pretty good job. It's quite soft, and especially if I add like a touch of water, and I can do some pretty good blending, and it helps me get fairly decent gradients, and definitely need that. I still am getting kind of a drastic line right there, so I'm going to try to blend that in a little bit. The paint that was there had already dried, so I just added a little bit of wet paint, and we're going to be able to blend that in. It's probably going to take more than one coat, but for now that's what I'm going with. And we'll move on to another area, let that dry. There is like some definite lines here in its face. I want to make those more obvious. I really want those to show. Like I said, there are like planes on his face. His face is just full of angles. I want to make sure you get that. I think mine dips down too low. I'm looking at the space between like right here, that little bridge, and mine was too large, so. Okay. I'm just gonna stand back. I think that's good. I think that's a good start. This, like I said, I'm gonna need another color or another coat. I can't think of the word coat. I'm gonna need another coat right there, because like there's this harsh transition, and I want to get rid of that. I want it to be more blended. But I'm gonna wait for what's on there to dry before we go over it. If we've got too much wet things happening, then it's just all gonna mix together. So I'm gonna move on. I think this part needs to be a little bit darker. So a tiny bit darker. Alright, let's take this color. So this is what I've got on my palette right now. You can see where I pulled colors from, and this is where I've been mixing it. So I've got like a light, a medium, a darker, and a really dark color. I've been kind of just like going back and forth between those. Whenever I need to mix something together, I just find a new space. Right, I'm not sure how much. Yeah, that's a little bit darker. So a little wet. I picked up some water definitely from when I just sprayed, but that's okay. I mean, it'll help it flow a bit, and it'll dry anyway. And I'm gonna actually switch to this other brush, and this will kind of help pick up some of that. I don't want it like too wet. I mean, it's not water paint, it's acrylic. So I don't want it too wet. But some water is definitely fine. Alright, I'm gonna make a dark color again. This should be good. Of his nose, there's like a line here, and this kind of comes down, and then this is all really dark. So let's just color this all in. I think this might have a little too much purple. Let's add some more brown to it, and a touch of black. And we're just gonna paint basically this whole side of his face, because this is all very, very dark. Now I can get pretty close to the nose because it's all basically one color, so I'm not too worried about messing up his nose. And I can go all the way like around his mouth here. So I made a confession to you guys last time we did this that I've been playing The Sims off stream. I'm so addicted, guys. I blame CGG, or you might know her better as Chaotic. But I knew her as CGG for the longest time, so that's what I'm used to calling her. I don't think she minds. She basically has been streaming pretty much only The Sims since she moved over to DLive. And so I've been watching her and stuff, and it got me like, oh, maybe I should try this. I haven't played The Sims since it like probably first came out, and all I did at the time was just do cheats to give my people the most money that you could possibly have, and then just like build them this awesome house with all that money, and then I didn't know what else to do. Like, they didn't need to go to work or anything because they already had like all the money in the world. There was like no purpose, so I would always lose interest. And I would try to play it like this slow way, and then just get really bored because I wanted all the cool stuff, so then I would do the money cheat to get all the cool stuff, and then, you know, my dilemma would just repeat itself. But I'm actually like playing it correctly, and it's been a lot of fun. Been really enjoying it. I've even bought some of the expansion packs and stuff, so I need to play them. And I've been staying up way too late doing this. Way too late playing The Sims. I actually got to bed at a decent time last night, and by decent I mean like 10, which is still not the best. But like, I was staying up till like, I don't know, almost midnight. And then I get up at like 6:30, so I wasn't getting very much sleep at all. Okay, I'm gonna come down here. It's very dark right here. It picks up a little bit of light over there, so I'm trying to stay away from that. But here it gets really dark, so let's come back this way. Peter, hey, how are you today?
Really flying the music.
It's Wednesday. We are making our way through the week. Tomorrow's bowling day, and then it's Friday. So I am super excited. I'm in a good mood. I'm painting, and I'm here with you guys. It's always fun for me.
And it's so packed in here.
And we've been making some pretty good progress on this. I'm quite happy.
The band sounds great.
This has been a very fun project to paint. It's been really nice, like, putting in all this detail. Like, I've been kind of, I don't know, priding myself at how much detail I've been putting into this, how much work I've been doing. You know, I've really been like taking my time and trying to do a really good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
A bit more color. I'm just gonna kind of put it over here, and we're gonna kind of start blending this out. But I want the color there so that I can blend this. And I'm gonna take my other brush, touch of water. Not too much. I'm actually gonna, I wiped it on a paper towel a little bit. I don't want too much water. I want a little bit. The water will help me push this paint out.
Okay.
And since I've kind of like watered it down a little bit, it'll sort of thin it. Which is what I want. Dark almost all the way up. So I'm just going to let this dark color carry as much as I can just up in here.
Thank you.
It's getting a dark line right there where the frame is hitting it. Let's add a bit more color over here. Let that dry. We're gonna have to work with that. Okay, so this stuff should all be dry. I'm gonna come up here and do another coat. Let's see, that was this shade, I think. So let's throw this in. Right here. Make that touch darker. A little bit more brown to it. Just to make this a little bit dark. I don't want it too dark. I want it a little bit darker than what it is. wet area, which could happen.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Never really done flesh tones before, so it's going to be a lot of experimenting here. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I think that's looking alright. Ultra Canine, thank you so much. I'm doing well. How are you doing? And Keith, hey, I'm doing great. Thanks. Missed you too. Missed YouTube a lot. That's why we're hanging out again. I'm still restreaming though, so you guys can watch me on VLive. You can watch me on Mixer and on YouTube. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that. I just wanted to see what was happening out there. Test out the different platforms, see what's going on, then really decide where I want to go with the channel. But for now, you guys can see me in all these places. So whichever one you feel like watching me on, there you go. But yeah, I was on Mixer, and only Mixer, for about 2 years, I think. This is much darker. So. I've got some spots where the canvas is showing up. I'm trying to kind of cover those. Get just some pure black. I don't think that was dark enough, so let's get some pure black, come back in. I'm gonna bring this down here too. Add some of that over here too. And like I said, it's easier to go lighter and then darker. So if it's not dark enough, I can just go back and make it darker. So we're going back with basically just black. I went pretty dark, about as dark as I could, mixing all the colors together. So now we're just gonna go straight black. Much harder to lighten something after you've made it dark than it is to go dark after, or yeah. Almost lost my train of thought. It's much harder to lighten it back up once you've made it too dark than it is to make it dark in the first place. So I always go a little bit brighter than what I think it's gonna be, just in case. Because fixing it's gonna be tough. Like that. And let's just bring it right off the canvas. Right there. I'm gonna come back with the black. I had gone in with like a very dark brown. Let's go black. It's very dark right here. I'm trying to kind of like push this paint, really make it flow around. Because that dark color really kind of spreads out. Mixes with a lot of other stuff here. I think it's much lighter over here and over there, so I don't want to go too dark.
Black Muppet, I'm in trouble. Black Muppet, I see trouble. Man, I'm not gonna get home. Black Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, nothing to get home.
Okay, now I'm gonna go lighter. I'm gonna go much lighter.
I'm in trouble. I'm
So
so
kind
dizzy.
of runny, more runny than I wanted.
Man, I'm not gonna get home.
Do the color somewhere else so it's not quite so runny. So I'm taking some of the yellow, some of the white, a little bit of the brown together.
I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy.
I think that'll be okay.
Oh, now I'm not gonna get home.
I'm just sort of eyeballing these color mixes because I really don't know. I've never painted flesh before, so I don't know what colors I need. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too awful. No, this is not the right color. I'm gonna add some purple to that. Definitely has sort of like a purple shade. I'm gonna try to kind of blend these all in together before they get too dry. They dry pretty. Too much on there.
I'm not gonna get home.
Now, if you want to keep working on it, you can like spray water directly onto the canvas, and that'll help keep the paints wet longer. But sometimes for me, it messes it up. So right now, I feel like it's not quite blending. I'm gonna try, but I usually end up getting some large water globs. Let's just rub those into the canvas. I don't need that. I think this stuff already dried. It dries so fast for me. I've seen other people paint and it'll stay wet for like a few minutes. When I paint, it's drying in like 10 seconds. I don't know why it dries so fast. It just does for me for some reason. I hear birdie. I want these to blend together better. That's better, but I might need to go a little darker more this direction. Something like that. I think, maybe? I'm just trying to do this before everything dries. That's a little bit better. Switch to my blending brush. I'm gonna step back so I can take a look. I think it's looking okay. Not bad. Not too bad. Let's see, what games am I streaming next? Well, I've been doing... What? I think I last was doing Ark. I had started over on Ragnarok, playing solo. I've been thinking about doing some of The Sims since I've been playing a lot of it off stream and really enjoying it. I have a lot of games that I need to play that I haven't played yet, like the newest Assassin's Creed. I have to finish Tomb Raider. But a lot of people have been saying that they want it to do, or they want me to do more painting streams, so I've been focusing a lot more on that. I've been definitely doing more painting than I have gaming. I don't know, I really enjoy it, as long as everybody else does. So I've been painting on stream for a while now, but I was only doing it like once a week. And then people were saying that it's like their favorite streams that I do, and that I should do more of it. So I have been.
Now go.
It's so weird. It's like the paint isn't building up right here for some reason. It's not quite dry. I mean, it's not wet enough to leave anything on my finger, but I can tell that it's still tacky. And I can also see I need to build up more colors right there. It's weird. It's not like working the way I'm used to the paint working just the whole rest of the time. This color's gonna work, but I see something over here I don't quite like. Now I don't have that same color yellow that I did this on in my palette, so this might not turn out exactly how I want it to. Much more like brighter yellow. I didn't like how that was looking. I'm gonna go with some straight white because it gets pretty bright here. Right there, like around his elbow, for whatever reason. It's pretty bright. Let's just sort of blend that out. Something like that, I think. Okay, I think that feels. I think that feels dry enough. So let's. No, everything's drying. I need to build up more colors here because the paint is coming in like all weird. And it's different in that spot because that is where the frame is. So it does different things to the canvas. My paint's like just not layering the way I want it to layer right there. Better. Okay, now I need to go darker around the nose, so let's do that. Let's take some black, some brown. I don't want to go straight black, which is what I did around it, but let's go just darker. Add some black to that to make it darker. I don't want it to be as dark as just pure black. I think that looks better. I know, I kind of get into the painting, and so sometimes the chat goes and, you know, I'm talking about the painting, but Justin says art streams are great. Thank you so much. First time seeing you paint looks good. Thank you. Thank you. I definitely do a lot, like, well, up until now, I've been doing like landscape stuff. And I've only been doing stuff like this very recently. We did a Spider-Man one, and now we're doing Wolverine. So this is just my second one. So I'm learning a lot, but it's been a lot of fun. Coin Boy, hello! Let's see, what Sims game am I playing? Just Sims 4, but I got City Living, The Pets, Seasons. I got one more with it. I forget which one. I got one more expansion pack with it. Golden Jackal, hello! How long have I been painting? like a year, but not like this. I was doing painting like Bob Ross style painting, like I was watching his videos and painting oil painting. This is only my second acrylic painting like this, but all in all, maybe like a year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half, but just completely different styles. So like for example, well, I don't want to grab that and stuff. I'll just use this one for this one then. Pretty close. So I was doing paintings like this beforehand. So this is my first, well, this isn't my first, but Wolverine's my second acrylic painting, but we were doing just like Bob Ross style paintings from before. I had been doing that for, yeah, I'd say about a year and a half I've been doing paintings kind of like that. I got a lot of requests of people telling me to do like a person, and I was like, you know what, I'm nervous, I don't think I can do that, but a lot of people kept asking for it, so like, alright, I'm gonna get some acrylic paints. So I think I could do it with acrylics. I don't think I could do it with oils. And we've been doing it. I did Spider-Man. Spider-Man turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with Spider-Man. Somebody wants to buy it. So I was just waiting for some boxes to come in so I can get the weight, so I can let him know how much shipping would be. Got enough flavor right there. Thank you, listen, I appreciate that. Well, I don't have a boyfriend, so I can't answer that question. Let's see. I think I want to fix this line. This line's definitely like straight down, and that's not how I have it, so let's fix that up. Alright, I think that's okay. There's like, it gets a little bit lighter down here. I'm gonna take some yellow, throw that in. Maybe like a touch of white. The yellow's not really showing up, but the white will help. But I don't want it like too bright. I just want it to match a little bit better. Alright, I feel like I've got the base color down pretty good. Now I can go in and start adding all those like little lines, and that'll really help. So getting a good foundation is pretty important. Alright, I'm gonna find, there we go, no, it's not even the right one. I have like a teeny tiny detail brush. This one, there you go, you guys can see the difference. Teeny tiny little detail brush to get all that stuff in there with. Nothing to be sorry about. It's perfectly fine. I have not seen the Aurora Borealis for real. I would love to. I haven't traveled that way. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Peter. It's not on purpose at all. I'm still trying to talk to you guys, but it's different when I'm painting because I'm looking at painting versus when I'm playing a game and the chat's right there. Okay, let's see. Let's go black. So a lot of these lines I think are gonna be black. I mean, they definitely got some lighter ones over there, but let's see. I don't wanna put my hand on anywhere where it's wet. Okay. Let's add this first right there. Bring this line down. And there's like a little shadow here where the colors switch up. It's funny, the Sentinel's helmet kind of reminds me of like Magneto's helmet, but they don't even need it the way that Magneto did. I mean, it's a robot, so I'm surprised that it gave it a helmet. Well, it is what it is, I guess. That's okay. Keith, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Get some rest. Okay. Oh. I need to keep this, I don't know, like pretty sharp in order to get these nice crisp lines. So whenever I see like the bristles kind of like flaring out, I know I need to like basically just take it in the paint and kind of like twirl it to get it to sort of have like, I don't know, like a tip on it, like a pencil or something. Then I can actually draw with it. Okay, now he's got like a cut on his face, coming like that. That kind of comes off. So you guys can hear those kids playing. There's some kids playing in my neighborhood. I'm not sure if that's getting picked up or not, but if you're wondering what that sound is, my window's open because it's a nice day out. Might pick up the sounds of those kids playing. Okay. There is kind of like comes off like that and then down. It's not like a perfectly straight line either, so let me kind of like mess that up a little bit. Then it comes over here, and I think I did put my hand in wet paint. Back down like that. I have to reload a lot for this. Any other experience with visual arts? Well, I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, basically. But I did go to school for art, more for like digital stuff. I mean, I've got a degree in graphic design and in computer animation. So I've been doing some form of art for forever. But graphic design is more like Photoshop stuff. Computer animation is more 3D. I wish I had picked up traditional art like painting a long time ago because I really enjoy it. It just, I don't know, hadn't really reached my radar. And I thought about photography too, and I did take a photography class while I was in school, but I was not very good at it. And I know everything takes practice, but it took more than what I'm used to as far as art comes. Like, I do pick up art kind of quick. Even though it does take practice. But with photography, like, I don't know, it wasn't clicking for me. I wasn't getting it. So that one was kind of strange. So when I see what other people can do, it like really impresses me. My brother's really good at photography. And I've got a friend. Another friend that I graduated with, and he posts pictures on Facebook all the time of stuff that he took, and it's just incredible. And I asked him like what kind of camera he uses. He's like, oh, I just use my phone. I'm like, what? Like, how do you do that with your phone? I try to take pictures on my phone and they're always like blurry, like a little bit, the lighting looks bad, it doesn't focus correctly, and he just takes these like amazing pictures. I'm just like, I don't know how to do that. Doesn't work for me. the dark lines. Clean this off. We're going to go into the light lines now. Oceana, thank you so much. Some men go on live streams if there's a woman streamer and it's discussing. Yeah, I mean, that happens. You have men and women that you follow. It's weird, like, I tend to follow female streamers, but I do enjoy some male streamers. I mean, like Peptag. Awesome streamer. But I found him through a raid, and I wonder, like, if I would have watched him otherwise, because I do tend to find other female streamers to watch. I mean, there's just so many more male streamers than female streamers in general, I think. So I always like to try to go in and support some other lady streamers. Where did I get this color at? Everything's dry. I'm not sure where it was making this color at. I'll just make a new one. Oh, my brush isn't pointy enough. This is good, like that, and down here, and I'll bring it across there. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, she's how I found MEP. It was through a one-shot raid. It's kind of crazy how, like, that one streamer, how Julie, like, I don't know, just brought everybody together. It's pretty awesome. I mean, the community is just amazing, and what she's done is just fantastic. Like, I will always, like, look up to her for that. I mean, Julie's the kind of streamer that everybody wants to be. She's just really awesome. Alright, I'm getting basically white now. I'm gonna come in here and do some of the, like, bright highlights. I forgot to do the line on the nose. How did I forget to do that? Thought I got it all. I had not. Alright, back into a dark color. And this line actually kind of, like, comes over here and up. And sort of, like, dips back down. There's, like, a big gash right here. Let me get some more black and make that a bit darker. It's like a big gash right there. And then it just, like, comes off this way. Something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever. Alright, back to the light colors after a little detour. Definitely a highlight here at the bottom of the nose. And I think there's one over here too. It's hard to tell exactly, but it'll help. It'll help the nose stick out a little bit more. But I can tell you some streamers, a lot of them stream late at night. I wish I could watch more streamers. I go to bed pretty early though. But you can, I mean, you can always, like, share them, like, in private messages. I'm always down to check some people out. My biggest ones are just, like, the weekends. I'm home on the weekends and I have time on the weekends, but I tend not to find people. But also, like, I'm looking for streamers that don't do Fortnite, which is also really hard. So many people stream that game because it's so popular. It's just not the game for me, though, so. I definitely know why people stream it. I mean, as far as I know, it's still like the most popular game in the world. I just get kind of tired of seeing it just over and over and over and over. It's just the same thing every time. But I also think that people are like hoping that their favorite streamers will like play with them. And that can be like really cool. But I'm not interested in playing, so... I think that looks okay. One of them streams whenever he wants. Wow, that's kind of crazy and risky. That would be like the ideal way, though. It really would. It helps to have a schedule, though, because then people know like when to expect you. That's something that any streamer will say, that consistency is very, very important. Now, the inside of his mouth is weird. It looks like there's a little box inside there. I'm not going to do that. I don't quite understand what that box is, so I'm a little nervous to paint it. But I'm going to come over. I'm going to get some of this other detail. Gonna kind of lightly add in some lines and stuff over here. The effect's not going to be perfect, but put my blender brush down somewhere and I can't find it. Oh, there it is. I almost used a different brush, an inferior brush. Don't want that. This is already dried. Look how fast that is. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of water. See if I can wake that up a little bit. Just wanted to enhance the highlight that's down here. Let's see. I'm basically just going in with like white at this point. Just brightening up some of these areas that aren't quite bright enough. I am pretty good. Yeah. Things been going good. Works fine. I got my health, got my happiness. What more can I ask for, right? I hope you've been good as well. It's nice to see everybody again back on YouTube. Been streaming back on YouTube for, I don't know, a couple weeks, I think. Not too long, but it's really nice getting everybody to come back. I mean, not everybody, but it's nice seeing some people come back. Kind of crazy that, like, you guys still stayed followed to me after all this time. I came in late and I knew you were talking about Fortnite, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It would be a little hard for me to call it mindless entertainment, but I can definitely see that argument. I think there is, I mean, there's a challenge to it, definitely. You're definitely engaging, I mean, as long as you're playing. But I think watching it, it is sort of, I mean, you're just watching somebody run around and hit trees and stuff and collect guns and shoot people. And there's so many games like that, you know. I think, like, maybe if they're doing a challenge or something, like, that's kind of cool, but just trying to win over and over and over and over. I know as the player, you can get this adrenaline rush when you're getting, like, closer and closer to the end, and that's cool, but I don't get that watching it, especially if I've seen them, like, play it a lot or multiple times, or I've seen them win a bunch. Just sort of hard. I will always stay in your subscriber list. That's so awesome. Well, I definitely appreciate it. And that the Uber was very nice. I mean, it was nice to get back to the hotel. You've always been so sweet to me. You introduced me to my glasses that I use when my eyes hurt when I'm sitting at the computer. I still have those. I keep them at my desk. I bring them out from time to time when I really need them. Let's see. Now I'm trying to make this black line like not quite so harsh to make it look more like a scratch and less like I just drew on his face. So that's kind of what it's looking like right now. Okay. And then there are like little just like touches of like, oh, not that one, I don't like that. Just erase it. There are little like touches of like light areas here and there. Guessing that these are kind of just like dings and scratch marks from the fight and stuff. That's what I'm going with. Close enough. And it does look like there are some of the same thing in the light area, but with the dark colors. So all my dark colors have sort of dried. So let me make something new. Okay. Just like little kind of marks here and there. Like that. I think I might be done with his face. I still want this to be lighter over here to match that better, but I'm not quite getting the effect that I want for some reason. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, I'm gonna get some brighter yellow. It's probably too much. I'm going to switch to a different brush. Run, Fairs, run, what's up? Geeks and Gamers is another one, and Mindless Entertainment and Comic Artists hang out on stream sometimes. That sounds kind of cool, though. Oh, wow, they actually worked for Marvel or DC? That's pretty impressive. All right, let's take. So I got some brighter yellow. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna mix it with a bit of white, so that it shows up a little bit, and a little bit of purple. I don't want it to be too bright. Purple will kind of dilute it a little bit, and I'm gonna take a splash of this. I haven't used this yet today. So this is a medium that kind of helps the paint flow a little bit, matte fluid medium. Just gonna take a drop in there. See if that helps. So the matte medium, it works similar to how water works, except it doesn't thin it, but it still makes it more runny. But water really kind of like tears the paint apart. That keeps it intact, keeps the pigment intact, but helps it run, which will help with blending. And hopefully I can get this to look how I want it to. Okay, now I'm gonna switch brushes. Let's see if I can kind of blend that out a little bit. I made a darker color so that I can have those two wet colors to kind of blend together. I think I like that better. I have that glare, so sometimes I need to back up and take a look because I have that like really bad glare from my lights. I can be pretty picky about like the tiniest things sometimes, but I think it makes a difference. Okay, hopefully that's good. And I think I'm done playing with it for now. Anyway, I'll move on to something else, which basically means Wolverine. The moment we've all been waiting for this whole time. We're finally going to move on to Wolverine. Justin, definitely he is. I completely agree with that. Thank you, Run Ferris Run. There's still a couple of things I'm not quite happy with. Like, there's something weird about the sky right here. And I've played with it, and I've played with it, and I've played with it, and I can't get it to look right. I think I might have given up on it. I'm not sure what else to do with it. When did I start art and painting? It's the earliest memory. It's kind of hard to put it in that way because I might be getting some of my memories confused or out of order, but I do have a memory of being in kindergarten and going to like the art classes that they had there. And I remember making a clay sun. And I thought I was so clever because I put a face on it and I put a tongue in its mouth. And I thought like, oh, people have tongues, so here's the tongue. But like, I didn't know, but like, yeah, your tongue is inside your mouth, so you don't just see it all the time. But I thought I was being so smart. I'm like, look, I'm so smart. I gave it a tongue like you're supposed to. I remember that happening. But my mom did art when I was little. Not like stuff like this. She kind of drew occasionally. And I think that impressed me, and I think that's where I got it from. Sure, skydive. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Do you actually skydive? Because that's pretty awesome. I've always wanted to. I'm a little too scared. Mecha Random 42. Okay, have not heard of that streamer. Oh, if she's very vulgar, I probably wouldn't be a fan. I don't really watch that many streamers that are very vulgar. Kind of throws me off. Yeah, you're right, Justin. It's the lighting. It's hot in here with the equipment. I don't have good airflow. All of that thing causes the paint to dry quicker. Runs in the family. It does a little bit. I don't think my mom's actually done anything artistic in a long time, but she used to really like to. She will still like crochet and stuff. I don't know if that's considered art or like craft. It might be more like craft. But I don't know, that's kind of cool. Ooh, I do follow Snapclick Cat. I have a hard time saying her name. It's like a tongue twister to me. But I do follow her. She does some really cool like old school games sometimes and a lot of Mario stuff. Let's see, I'm supposed to skydive for my bro-in-law's bachelor party. Oh, that'd be so awesome. I really wanted to do it when I was still living in Colorado because you could skydive there. Like, there's some really good facilities. And they have indoor skydiving, which I thought might be safer. But I don't know. I wouldn't do it by myself, and I don't think I can get other people to do it with me. And I probably chickened out too. Here's the thing. I'm not afraid of heights. I don't mind being up high and looking down, but that falling feeling does kind of scare me. And and that's what skydiving is. It's falling the whole time. So that might make me kind of nervous. But like, I can stand up on something really high the whole time and look over and be completely fine. That doesn't scare me. But like, let's say I go to trip and I feel like I'm falling, like that scares me. Just, something about the falling feeling scares me. I will occasionally wake up from a bad dream because like I tripped over something and it scared me awake. I don't know what that is. I don't know if there's like, there's names for all kinds of fears, but yeah, that actual feeling of falling I don't like, which is another reason why I had trouble like jumping off of like diving boards and stuff like that. I don't mind being up there. I just don't like the falling feeling and like how it felt when I would jump off. Skydive ducky event, let's do it. Okay, I'll see you there sometimes. Cool. Apparently it's the only fear we're born with is falling, so I heard. Oh, I've never heard that. That's interesting. Runfish says, I want to skydive at least once just to say I did it. There are some people that go a lot, and I think it's relatively safe. If you go, like, your first time, I think you're going to be strapped along to a professional. They hopefully packed the... Now I forget what it's called. I'm like, my mind went blank. The thing, your chute. they hopefully they packed it well, and you guys won't fall to your death. Alright, I'm going to start. I want to say either up top or over on this side because I like to put my hand on the canvas and I don't want to put it on wet paint. So if I start over here, I'll be good. If I start over here, I'll be good. Either way. I guess let's do the hand. Well, I don't have blue, so let's not do the hand. I do have yellow, so I'm going to work on his head instead. Okay, so yellow, and let's see, yellow and brown together. Maybe a little bit of white here. Yeah, I think that'll be a good color to start with, and we can get lighter and darker as we need. Let's get some more yellow. I don't quite think that's the right match yet. A little too brown. Okay, here we go. And this gets darker as it goes down. It's definitely like a rounded shape, so it's much brighter at the top and it gets darker as it goes around. So we're going to be working kind of around our base color here. I can always make this darker. Like, that is not an issue at all. Okay, let's add a bit more white to that. Because I want to blend this upwards. So we're going to go lighter. I've never gone zip lining. I think that would be like a beginner step towards getting the courage to actually skydive. Because you're not exactly falling, but it's something. I could never go bungee jumping. I don't know. I I think that would just be too much. I mean, what if it snapped or something? Then that's just it. I mean, you would be, and it's following like over and over and over and over and over. Bungee jumping is out of the question, but skydiving, I am interested in. Okay, this time I'm gonna kind of clean my brush here a little bit, just wiping it on the palette. I want pure white up here. This is very bright white. Okay, don't want too much. Okay, I'm gonna switch to that little detail brush. That might be actually a little too small. Let's go with, let's go this brush. I don't know. I just make this up as I go. This white comes down on the sides here of his head, so let's get that in. Does anybody have any fun plans for this weekend? I can't remember if I do. I don't think I've got anything planned. I watched Captain Marvel last weekend. It's really good. If you guys haven't seen it and you like superhero movies, go check it out. It's pretty good. I really like the superhero movies. I'm a fan. But I like superheroes. And I would say that Marvel is definitely killing it when it comes to superhero movies. I don't know what they're doing, but it's like DC can't quite figure it out. The Marvel movies are just really, really good. I probably only liked 2 of the DC superhero movies. I don't know what they're doing. It's just not, it's not the same. Oh, you want to see my tats? Sure. Let's see, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show them, but I don't know which camera you would be able to see them better at. Probably this one. I think my owl there is my favorite. I don't know if I can get a good view. But I got that one in Texas. When I got home from Africa, I got my chickadee in Texas before I left for Africa, and then I got Pabu maybe like a year or 2 ago on my birthday. Got that in Ohio. I don't think I've got his red. I don't think I got his head as quite as round as it should be, so I think I'm gonna get my my detail brush. See if I can try to draw this shape out a little bit better. I want it nice and round, otherwise his head's gonna look like all weird and lumpy. Nobody wants that. I'll just look silly. I think it looks a little better. It's kind of hard for me to tell. I think I do need to come over here a little bit more. I think so. Then I want to just kind of blend it to look a little bit better. I'm not getting like a nice crisp line like I want. For some reason, like bits of the canvas is still showing up. Don't want that. Okay, I think that's okay. Now, this needs to go darker. So, let's do that. I've got my yellow over here. I'm gonna add, see, it's a little bit of black to it. Maybe a little bit of brown. I'm just making up these colors. I don't know, guys. I really don't. Just trying to get a similar color. And honestly, like, I've learned that colors don't have to be exact matches to still look pretty good. I don't know why that is, but it is. So I take advantage of that. Don't have to have exact color matches for colors to still look good, like they belong. Over here too. My parents are coming. I think that's like next weekend. My parents are coming up next weekend. It's my niece's birthday. I already got her a present. I didn't know what to get. I never know what to get her, so I asked my brother, and he said that he's getting her one of those like play kitchens. I actually had one when I was a kid. And somebody else is getting like fake food for it. So he said if I wanted to get fake pots and pans, then I could do that. I'm like, okay. So I ordered some off Amazon. They came in, I think, like 2 days ago. They're pretty good. I opened it to check it out to make sure. They had like some sets that were stainless steel. I'm like, why does a kid need stainless steel fake pots and pans? I mean, that's real pots and pans. Stainless steel toy sets. That doesn't make any sense. No. Plastic. What happens if she drops that? See, the water right here is not quite working with me the way I want it to. I want it to sort of blend, but it's like almost erasing. I don't really like what it's doing. And in those cases, I usually just wait for it to dry and then try again on top of it. But I'm trying to kind of like blend these colors together, but I don't really like what it's doing. I think I need some regular yellow. All right, let's try blending that in with it. Maybe? I don't know. I'm still probably going to do another coat. I don't quite like how that's looking. Redford One says, I enjoy Captain Marvel, but I'm someone who likes superhero movies. Don't. Yeah, me too. I would agree with that. Vetter, how's it going? How are you doing? You're not really hearing anything that great about Captain Marvel. Well, I'll tell you. I liked it. I want an owl tattoo too. And an owl playing bagpipes. Oh, that's neat. An owl playing bagpipes. I can't see what that is that you posted, Jonathan. I use like an app, I guess, to monitor all the chats, and that one doesn't tell me what your link is. Wolverine, what's up? Over on D Live. Thanks for the lemon. And DeliQ. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Thanks for the follow. Boogie is a YouTuber who does gaming stuff and is battling weight loss. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Captain Marvel box office numbers are not really that good, I've heard. I don't know, I didn't do any research on that. All I can just do is say that I saw it and I liked it. And that's enough for me. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take some yellow and just black, some yellow and black. Let's try this again. It should have had some time to dry. The thing about yellow and black mixed together, though, is that it sort of gets kind of a green shade to it. It's hard to make a dark yellow. I feel like I'm just going to be kind of back and forth blending this. It was easier with the red on Spider-Man, though, that's for sure. Maybe? I don't know. I need to just like move away from the head for right now. Something about it, I'm just not liking it. It's a goofy emoji. A goofy emoji. Okay. Let's see. I don't have blue, so I'm gonna try to stay away from the blue. I guess I could put blue on my thing. I still have a lot of like yellow and brown and white, black. I mean, there's a lot of like white and black in his suit, so I mean, there's still stuff that I can do without having to break out the blue. I just know if I break out the blue, then I will stay away from some of these other colors, and then they'll kind of just go to waste. So I think I should use them. Let's add some white to that. It's not showing up because the background is so dark. So if I add some white to it, it'll stand out a little bit better. Just want to kind of round this off a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Now it starts to get darker. So I'm gonna try adding brown to it instead of black. It's definitely kind of hard working with purple. It's kind of hard working with yellow because yellow wants to go green. And I don't want it to be green. I just want it to be a darker yellow. Alright, this time I added purple to it, which is why I said purple instead of yellow. So hopefully that kind of helped a little bit. I feel like I'm using the wrong brush for this. Let's see if I can get a different brush that will work better. I'm gonna try this one. This one definitely, I think, comes to more of a point. So let's see. Let's see if this brush works the way I want it to. Hopefully it does. I'm just mixing some colors here. See if I can try to kind of get the color that I want. Okay, let's try this. switching a little bit between brushes here so that I can get my gradient in. Now I need basically just white, just straight white up here. I'm gonna try to kind of blend in some of this. Let's get some straight yellow. Okay, think that'll be all right. Took me a while, but we got there. Definitely have to post the finished product on Discord. I will, whenever that is. I think it's still gonna take a while. I'm pretty picky. And I've been, I don't know, I feel like I've been working on this one for a bit, but we're making progress for sure. It's just a little slow. The progress is a little slow. I mean, I spent like 2 streams just on these pipes because of all the detail, all the shadows and highlights. I was just trying to do just like, I don't know, like a really good job. I want a nice finished product that I'll be happy with. Nobody has said anything about wanting this one, so I might keep it and hang it up myself. But I've also been making prints available, and when this one's done, it'll definitely be available as a print, at least. I mean, I'll probably put the whole thing for sale. But I don't know. I just want my best work that I can do available. That's just to make sure that I put out like good stuff. And I'm doing like a whole different kind of technique. I still am like learning, making up like a bunch of stuff as I go. It's a whole process basically. But it's been a lot of fun. I want to try one in oils. Like after doing one in acrylics, I'm curious how it would be to do it in oils, which I think it would be harder because oils don't dry. But I would be able to blend the way that I feel like I want to. But at the same time, it'll be hard to go in and do the detail stuff because there'll be so many layers of wet. I can't just put paint on top of other paint anymore. I'll lose the ability to do that. It's nice building up in layers, which I can do with acrylics because the paint dries. With oil, everything stays wet, so it can be a little bit tough. Is the music still going? No, it isn't. Sometimes it pauses. I don't know why. So I have to remind myself to keep checking it every once in a while to make sure that it's still playing. Because it just pauses. So we currently got just a royalty-free playlist on YouTube going. This channel has several playlists. I like to pick them out for the mood because they have it organized by like type, like dramatic or cinematic. I don't know if that's really the right word. Instrumental, stuff like that. But they also have it by mood, like happy and stuff like that. I tend to pick the one that by their mood. I think this one is actually funky. I can't hear it though, so I don't know. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Papa Chris, hello! Run Fish Run, have a great night. Hopefully I hadn't missed ya.
Let me show you
Where was I at? Oh, I was over here. All I wanted to do right there. You walked around in a frozen lake today? That seems dangerous. Hopefully, I mean, you're here, so I'm assuming that you're okay. I know people like ice skate on stuff on frozen lakes, but I would always be nervous, I think. If something wasn't frozen all the way, and that I would get hurt. Crash through some thin ice or something, and then, well, that would suck. It would really suck. Let's get a nice bright white highlight. Most of my white has dried, so I might have to get some blue white. Get a big white right there. I don't quite like how that blended with water here. Let's try to get this to blend a little bit better together. I really love this blender brush. It does wonders, I think. I think that one's so much better already. Just that little brush really works for me. Shady Monkey, hello! Pavka says this will end up amazing. Thank you! I really hope so. I've been trying really hard. Okay, other people are out there too, great. Well, sorry to hear that, Peter, but I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. Let's see. Let's do our bright whites over here. I will never fully give up gaming, but I asked on my Discord what people wanted, and everybody basically said that they love the Painstreams and that I should do more of them. So I took all that feedback into consideration. Okay, I think I like that. Alright, I'm gonna try to... I think I need to just get a darker yellow if I have it. Which I don't know if I really do, but I got some browns that might work. I don't know, I'm gonna see what happens with this brown. Because in order to try to darken the yellow, it sort of makes a green sometimes, so I'm gonna go with a brown. And see if I can kind of get the color that I'm hoping for.
Yeah, you told me the other day you'd be coming back today, but you didn't. Oh no. There's much that I can do.
I don't know for sure if this is gonna work, but maybe. I hope it works. Still don't know if I like this shade. I'm not too worried about like covering over this mask. I mean, it's black. We can just add that later when this dries. I just want to get this color in there where it's supposed to go. I think that's okay. But I need to kind of try to like sort of blend it a bit more naturally. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But I'm pretty sure Dylan has fallen asleep, and I think he's making little puppy noises. It's the cutest thing. It really is. Okay, I think that'll be fine. Ah, it's a little bit wiped off. No. I'm trying to blend it, not remove it. Okay, let's get that back in there. Yeah, with bigger streams, that's definitely a problem. I'm not sure how to say your name. Bretos? I feel like that's so wrong. Over 1,000 people? Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen her stream have that many. Usually it's just like, well, I'm not really sure. I don't know if I've ever seen her with over 1,000. That's pretty great though. Okay, let's move. Let's see, what time is it? It's 8. Okay. I think I'm okay with the helmet. I think the shoulders are looking pretty good. So, let's move down. I'm gonna stay away from his face for now because it scares me. I don't know how to do that, and I'm so nervous about it. So, I'm just gonna avoid it for the time being. It's hard to kind of tell how his neck's going. It's definitely like dark. Great there for sure. I'm definitely gonna have to like touch up some of this stuff. I mean, some of these areas are gonna have to go much darker than what I'm currently starting off with. But like I said, it's easier to go dark than it is to lighten it up. So it's easier to go darker later. It's not dark enough when you start. He's got like some serious muscles in his chest though. I mean, he's really very muscular. Let's see, let's get this. Let's bring that there. It's pretty dark. I'm basically just doing my basic shadows. I mean, we'll go back in and make everything look pretty good, but I need to make another dark color because I'm out of this one.
Okay.
There you go. Let's see. Oh, I also was playing ESO, so I would go back to that. That was a lot of fun. That's a good game that I can just like throw on and just play. not really have to worry about anything. I like that there's all these like different like mini missions that you can be working on at like any one time. And it's something that people can kind of come in and out of and not have to worry about like missing anything. I mean, I think there is like a main story, but I mean, there's just so much stuff to do in there. Like all these like just little mini quests all the time. I could play that game for probably like days and not do one single main quest. And this all just gets really dark. Something like that, I think. Alright. I'm gonna continue working on these shadow areas. So they'll kind of help like flesh out what's happening, what's gonna go where. That'll really help us out later. To make some more color. I'll throw some water in there. Everything's drying out. Alright, let's see. Let's start with this. This is all like pretty dark right here. Knee. If I knew anatomy better, this would all make sense to me. That's why I was never really good at like drawing stuff on my own. I don't really know anatomy, and that's pretty important if you're doing people. Definitely important if you're doing people. Alright, so this comes off like that. Where does this go? This like kind of comes down and over. I think that might be his knee on this side. Got a few things that come in over here. This is all pretty dark near the bottom of his leg. I don't even know if he like has to work out. I think he's just so active and just like so like naturally strong that he just is muscular like this. It's pretty crazy. Got some brushes I need to clean. That's how I felt sometime in like Julie's stream. She would get so many people in there. I mean, just like thousands. It can be hard to like make a connection, which takes it away. And I've seen like more and more streamers put on like sponsor only chats and stuff. And it's like, well, if I'm new and I'm coming in, I don't even get the chance to talk to you and get to know you because it's sponsors only. Lots of times that kind of like loses it for me. Because like I don't want to have to pay to get to know you. And then it's almost kind of like, you know, I don't really see the point. Like I'm not going to sit there and watch somebody to get to know them when I can't even talk to them. And then I'm not going to pay to do it. but I can understand why they do it from their point of view. Because, like, the chat can get too crazy with so many people in there. There can be a lot of trolls, you know, stuff like that, and it can really just ruin it. Alright, I'm probably gonna do it. I'm gonna get some blue. I ran out of black, so I'm gonna throw some more black in there. I also need more white, so let's get all these colors back. So this is just ivory black, titanium white, and I'm gonna go with, let's see, how dark is his blue? It's pretty dark. I think I'm gonna go with primary blue. That's a decently dark color blue. I think I'm also gonna add the darkest blue I have. I don't know how to say this. Phthalo cyan blue. These two blues don't even look that different from each other. Okay, so I added some black, I added some white, and I added 2 blues. Got some drippies. That's just water. Alright, let's see. What brush do I want? I'll go with this brush. Sometimes I just try different brushes just to see how they work. I don't really know how this is gonna go. But if I try a brush, I can see what it does. Then I can decide if it's the right brush for me for the situation that I'm doing. I'm pretty sure he's got yellow stripes on his side, but it's sort of so dark, I can't really tell. I'm tempted to just paint it all blue. It looks like there are some yellow stripes right here on the side I missed. I'm gonna add those back in, but in order to get the yellow to show, I'm gonna have to paint white on top first. Because the yellow won't show over the blue. The blue's too dark. But yellow over white, so putting the white in. Then we'll go back with the yellow. These aren't perfect, and they don't have to be, because I can go back with blue later to fix them. I just need them to be where they are so that the white will show. Isn't the same blue that I used. It doesn't matter. It's not the same blue I originally had. It's all gonna kind of be changed. It was just our base color. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like that. I mean, it's really dark, so it's not going to show very much anyway. But I think I have the stripes. I might end up just doing it all blue in the end because it's so dark you can't really see it. I'm not sure it's going to matter. I know a comic artist can get over, yeah, 2,000 people. You don't really try there. Yeah, it can be hard. It can be tough to watch somebody that's got a lot of people. But it's sort of fun too. But if you can't, you know, if you can't be seen, you can't be heard, then it takes something away. It takes away that connection with the stream. But it just feels, you know, it doesn't feel like somebody that you can get to know. But on like, you know, the way the other people will see it as sort of like a celebrity or something. Once they get numbers like that, I mean, they basically are. And I'd be like a movie star or something, but if you've got like thousands and thousands of people watching you, I would say that's a type of celebrity. To this. So we want to make this darker down here. So while this is all still wet, I'm just going to blend this together. Thank you for the follow. Truffled pastry chef. Hopefully I said that right. Thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, I've only noticed that PewDiePie was live once, and I hopped in to see what it was like, and he definitely had sponsors only on, and even that was still crazy. So many people. I don't know how often he streams, if he has a schedule, or if he just kind of does it when he wants, but I've only ever happened to notice that he was streaming one time. But that's on YouTube. I mean, maybe he streams on Twitch and just does videos on YouTube. I have no idea. But on YouTube, I saw him streaming just once. He just happened to be on one day when I was looking. I really don't know how often he streams. I think that looks pretty good. Let's get our highlight in there. This is like there. Sort of make this like a nice fade of the colors. Want things to kind of blend together. Pretty nice, pretty naturally looking. So I'm going to slowly get darker. Let's see, there's like another one right I just want to stop by and see how the stream is going. Do amazing work. I'll be back once I get my PC. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. I usually go till about 9. So that leaves me with about 45 minutes still. I was surprised it was that early, to be honest. I thought we were getting closer to being done for the day, but I think the daylight savings kind of has me thrown off. I was judging by like how dark it was starting to get in the room, just not the same yet. So this is pretty dark, like here, and then it gets lighter. It's pretty dark right up there. Finally got my copy of Roadhouse. If you guys remember, I had I borrowed Roadhouse from the library because the movie title had like kept coming up in conversations that I was seeing in like real life and on TV, stuff like that. It just like kind of kept coming up, but I'd never seen it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm finally gonna see this. So I got it from the library, and I think I was able to see about half of it. And then the disc was all messed up and wouldn't play the rest of it. And I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna buy it. I was getting into it, it's pretty good. So it finally came. So I'm gonna be able to finally see the end of Roadhouse. Sort of excited. It's pretty good. I feel like after all this time, I should probably see it. If you guys have seen Roadhouse, it's an older movie it's got Patrick Swayze in it. He's like, kind of like a bouncer. He's like supposed to be like one of the best in the business, and this guy hires him to help like bring his club, you know, back up. Like it had gotten really rowdy, so he wanted him to just like clear out the scum, basically. So Patrick comes in there, and you know, it's pretty interesting. Some okay fighting scenes. It's one of those movies that like kind of just like turn your brain off for and just watch it. My brother said it's one of those movies that he watches when he's like homesick and it just makes him feel better. I'm like, for me that's probably like Miss Congeniality too. Don't know why, but I love that second one. Most people talk about Miss Congeniality 1, at least like, you know, women that like the movie. I prefer the second one over the first one. And if I don't feel good, I like throwing that on. It makes me laugh. I think what I don't like about the first one is the fact that the guy that she ends up kind of seeing, he's only interested in her after she gets the makeover. Like, I don't know, that's pretty shallow to me. I think that never quite sat well with me. And he eventually like breaks up with her because the makeover like just wasn't enough, you know. It was still her personality, but he was only interested when she had the makeover. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty sleazy. That's like definitely giving out the wrong lesson to young women. But the second one, guys, out of the picture. I think I like it better. And I like the friendship between her and her partner, so she gets a partner. And they're pretty funny together. Gosh, I don't know how to say your name. Bretos, maybe? Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you being here. I'm sorry I'm not sure how to say that. He's been on YouTube for 8 years. Porky's, I have not seen that either, but I have heard of it. I never got around to watching it. I listened to an interview that PewDiePie gave about doing this channel. If anybody's interested in that, if you guys have heard of Good Mythical Morning, it's a pretty popular YouTube channel. I mean, they definitely like have like millions of followers. I think they're like, the last time I checked, They were like the 4th or 5th biggest YouTube channel that there was. They do a podcast called Ear Biscuits, where they interview like successful YouTubers about their life and their channels and stuff. So they did an episode with him. It was pretty good. If you guys are interested in stuff like that, you can go check it out and learn about how he got started and what his early YouTube career was like, and pretty interesting. He says that the reason that he became famous is because at the time everybody was making Call of Duty videos. Like that was like the biggest thing. And so he started doing these like horror reaction videos. He was just like being like really dramatic and silly, and like nobody at the time was really doing anything like that. And like at some point one of his videos just went like viral, and that's like basically what happened. Brought in all this success. And then he talked about at one point like moving away from the horror stuff, and people like really started to complain, but he didn't care. He just got tired of like having to be afraid all the time. Like, oh, I'm gonna go record this game. It's gonna scare me. It was funny, like, because he talked about also like how he met his girlfriend. It was from YouTube. Like, her roommate showed her the video, and then she found him on Facebook and messaged him. Like, that's pretty crazy. They weren't even in the same country. He was in Sweden, and she wasn't. I forget where she was from, but she was not from Sweden. I think maybe Italy or France. I don't know. I don't remember. That was pretty interesting. Oh yeah, Police Academy. I might have seen like one of those. That's another series I should definitely get around to checking out too. I know that they're pretty funny. Let's see. Make this darker. I like too much of the canvas showing through right here. I don't like it. That looks better. Okay, and there's a little bit of light spot, so let's take a little bit of blue and white. A little bit of black. I want to make it kind of a gray blue and not a baby blue. A little too light. It's hard to match colors. One little thing and then it just doesn't quite look right. There. I don't know if that's still exactly the right color, but I'm gonna work with it. Wet areas and add a little bit of water to this brush. Let's see if I can kind of mix these colors together a little bit, not completely, just want them to blend together. Something like that. I do want to go a little bit darker over here, so that is just some straight black. brush. I think I like it better. There we go. I think that looks better. There's a lot of good comedy movies that well, those are a lot of movies in general I need to see. I've never seen the Godfather movies. I know some people are probably pretty shocked. I know how popular those movies are. I need to see them. I want to see them. They're on my want to watch list. Just haven't really ever gotten around to it. Someday I will. Never seen like Casablanca. There's all these like black and white films I've never seen that I want to start getting into. I went to the library and I got like every Betty Davis movie. So I'm gonna start working my way through those. I know she was like super popular in what, I think like the 40s and the 50s. And I had heard of her, but I don't think I had ever seen anything she was in. So I'm about to change that. I actually do think there is one movie she was in that I saw, but it was a Disney movie called The Watcher in the Woods. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie or heard of that movie, but it's a Disney movie, and it's sort of like a scary movie, like a scary Disney movie. I would watch it as a kid, and it was kind of creepy. She was older in it. She played this woman who had like lost her daughter in like some weird thing. I don't even know how to describe it. And then this family kind of moved into like the cabin next door. Maybe she even owns it and she was like renting out her other cabin. And the family had a daughter that looked like her daughter, like her lost daughter. I mean, not exactly, but kind of about the age that she was when she lost her, even though it had been like several years since that happened. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good. At least
What we do here is go back,
in my opinion. But I do have some nostalgia towards that movie because it was one that I watched growing up. It was like my introduction to sort of scary movies as far as it goes to being a kid and being allowed to watch scary stuff. I actually have it. I ended up buying it. I have like so many Disney movies. Alright, let's see. It's really hard to kind of see what's happening back there. It's just all really dark. So I'm just going to keep using dark colors. And whatever. Whatever happens is what happens. It's just all really dark. So I'm not sure that it exactly quite matters. And I might still just make this all just blue without the white stripes or triangles or whatever those things are. Not too sure what's gonna happen. For right now, I think I'm gonna go with it, but if it doesn't work, yeah, I'll probably get rid of it. If it gets to where it doesn't work. If the white doesn't work, I mean actually I guess yellow, not white. But if those don't work right, then I might drop them. Pretty hard to see them anyway. Just gonna make this all pretty dark. Going to attempt put yellow in there, but it's gotta be a very dark yellow. It's like You almost can't even tell that it's yellow. It's so dark. So I'm not too sure how well this is going to go. It might just be brown. I might just end up kind of just using a dark brown to get the color. It's so dark. I don't know if you would really notice that it is yellow, if that makes sense. Try this. I'm gonna try this for now. If I don't like it, I'll just probably cover it up with blue. Looks kind of more green than anything, but it's supposed to be sort of brown. Brush didn't really give me the detail I was looking for. Just sort of a mess. See if I can touch up some of that. Looks better. Alright. I'll leave it for now. I don't know for sure if it's gonna stay. Might not end up staying. Okay, I gotta make some darker stuff happening in here. So I'm going back. I've basically just got pure black right now. So I'm gonna come in here, just add some darker stuff. This is when I wish I knew anatomy better, so I would know really where the muscles are. But I'm hoping that just having it really dark will kind of like help me get around it. There are like little bits of like highlights and stuff here and there. I do want to add those. Oh, it's still too bright. Ooh, something exciting is that Fantastic Beasts 2 is out to own. My copy came in the mail yesterday, I think. Pretty exciting. Finally get to see the very beginning. I had tickets for it, like early tickets, and like the theater was set up like really weird, and it was kind of confusing, and I wasn't exactly sure where to go. By the time I sat down, the movie had already been started for a little while, so I missed some of it. I missed some of the beginning. I'll finally get to see what it was that I missed. Now I just need the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I need that to come out, because I missed like the whole second half. Because the person that I had gone with got like really sick, so we had to leave. I don't know how that movie ended. So I need that to come out. I think it looks pretty good. I do need to go darker over here, so let's do that. I've got some blue and some black. That is something I cannot do with oils. Because it just stays wet too long. You cannot put your hand down. I do like that about acrylics, that I can actually rest my hand. Gives me a little bit more control. It's pretty nice to be able to do that. And this actually kind of comes all the way across this dark shadow. Being like very picky about my lines, but it can be, so I'm gonna be. It looks pretty good. That's just me though. I think it looks pretty good. Being picky pays off. Makes it look better. A little highlight right there. Yeah, that goes all the way down, so let's just follow that all the way down. Like that. Paints are drying. So that is just water that I'm using. So I'm using acrylic paints. Acrylics are water soluble. So sometimes I just gotta spray it with a little bit of water. Just to keep them wet. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like there's kind of like a line right here. Those are probably gonna get messed up as I paint the yellow. But I'm gonna add it in right now. Anyway. Just right there. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It looks pretty good. Okay, let's move over here. This is gonna be, it's mostly just really dark. I'm just gonna add a lot of black to some blue. Oh, I can't put my hand down. I messed up. I'm gonna have to try to be steady anyway. What did I think about the ending and Queenie? What? Oh, Fantastic Beasts. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that. I felt like that didn't seem like something her character would actually do, and it kind of made me upset. But I had other people say that they could believe it, that they thought, like, you know, she would do it. And I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't find it very believable that happened. Without going into too much spoilers, I don't want to specifically say what happened, but something happened. And I really didn't think that it seemed like her character would do that. But there was some, I don't know. I definitely like the first Fantastic Beasts better. There were some like kind of weird things about it, And I know overall there were a lot of, I guess, kind of complaints, which is part of the reason why that the next one is going to be, it got pushed back like really far, because there was sort of a lot of complaints about this last one, and I think they're trying to avoid that. I really, really enjoyed the first one. Yeah, I mean, there were some cool parts about the second one. I mean, there definitely were. But some things happened that I'm just like, I don't know about that. But okay, if you say so. Let's see. I'm gonna need some more black. I didn't put enough black. I didn't want to go with too much paint because last time I had quite a bit of paint left over. And I don't like having a lot of paint left over, especially with acrylics, because it just dries out and you can't use it again. With oils, you can kind of save it, at least maybe like up to a week before it dries. You're still good to go to keep, you know, as long as you cover it. Acrylics just dry so fast, so fast. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just mixing black and my darkest blue on here. I've got two different blues on my palette. So black and the darkest blue to make an even darker blue, but not a pure black, because I don't want that. I don't think anything over here is pure black, so. You know, an interesting thing, well, I don't know if this is interesting, but I find it kind of interesting, is that there are some artists who refuse to use pure black at all. I don't know why. I'm not sure if there's like some negative thing. Maybe they're just like, oh, it's just too easy to just use black. Well, I mean, it's a color and it's available. I don't know why you wouldn't just use it. You have to use white. Why not just use black? But I definitely have seen that where some people just like, they don't use black at all. Okay, well, this goes, I mean, it goes up pretty high. See, it kind of comes like down here. And this sort of like cuts over. It does like a weird shape. And then it doesn't connect all the way right there. It like kind of comes back down like this. And then it comes down. I don't know how well you guys can see all that little detail, but I'm putting it in. Some of these other colors here. Let's take a blue, a little bit of white. Let me get some of our other shades going on. No, it does get like white, and I'll just paint white on top of it. It'll show up. It'll be fine. It's pretty easy to work with white. White really goes on top of most other colors fairly easily. I don't know why. You wouldn't think that. For some reason, white really does. I'm just gonna kind of like touch it in place because I want to blend it. So it doesn't really matter where it is as long as it's like there. She was upset that she could not do what she wanted to do, and she probably was not really thinking. I mean, I agree with that, yeah. And that's true too, yeah. I mean, and he's super powerful, and I don't know. I guess she was really upset. She might have been very vulnerable, you know, pretty emotional. But I still was just really surprised. I mean, if the Muggle could see what was happening, I'm just surprised that she couldn't. But I mean, something's gonna happen. It's got to. Something's gonna happen. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna take some white. Some blue. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Add a little bit of water to this. Pin it down a little bit. Help me blend a little bit more. Let's take some dark blue. Something like that. Okay. And there's also like right here. And occasionally I'm just like, when you see me like reach down, I'm just wiping my brush on a paper towel to take some color off of it. Okay. I think I like that. Let's see. I'm gonna fix that yellow one though. Might be too much blue on my brush for this to work. It's coming out kind of green. Okay, so I'm gonna take where's my really thin detail brush? Don't know where it went. Oh, I see it. Alright, let's take some yellow, some whites. Let's fix up this line right here. Kinda comes all the way down, so. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, then let's see. I actually really like doing the details. I know it kind of maybe seems like tedious, but I don't mind it. I think it's fun. I'm gonna go a little bit brighter right there. There you go. And I'm not sure how I feel about Johnny Depp playing Grindelwald. I don't know. He's not who I would have cast, and I was really disappointed when I first found out that it was going to be him. But, I don't know. That's just me. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to that blue-black color. And we're going to get up in here. And let's see, it kind of goes like right there, I think. something like that. I had a feeling that maybe the music stopped, and it had. All right, let's play that again. There we go. I don't know why. I'm just like, you know what? I think the music might have stopped. I had checked one other time, but it was still going, so let's check again. Let's see. I don't know why it stops. It should just play until I tell it to stop. I would, honestly, I would just put on like Amazon, but YouTube doesn't like it, so I have to use the free stuff. And it kind of also, like, it makes me miss doing the song requests. Those were always pretty fun. But again, YouTube doesn't like those. I don't think there's a problem on Mixer or DLive, but the way that YouTube does its monetization, even if I don't monetize the video, if a song has been blocked, then it'll block my stream. Maybe not like while I'm streaming it, but it'll come back and block it later. And that's just no good. That's like that. Alright, let's go. I need a lighter blue now. Is it lighter? Or up here. Okay, and yeah, this is light. It's like a light. Like a light strip or something right there. And I'll go dark again. There. Let's add more black to that. It's not dark enough. Sometimes that can happen. I mean, I'm constantly just mixing colors on the same brush, and so going between light and dark, you know, the colors are all sort of just like mixing together a bit. And then it gets lighter right here. This lighter color has some shape to it. Let's go a little bit darker. Let's get some shape. If I can kind of blend that in together before this dries. Touch more black. It can also be kind of hard, like, just working on all the layers, because they sometimes don't quite work the way you want to. Things don't always, like, I don't know, just blend the way you want to. It can be a little difficult. I might have to wait for everything to dry up a little bit. Okay, everything is all just sort of dark. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. Get lighter. I had this marked off like I thought it was a yellow spot. I don't think it is. I don't think it's yellow yet. So it's a black. I'm so excited for summer though. I can't wait to go camping. I really miss camping. I like camping so much. I think it might be like one of my favorite warm weather activities. It used to be swimming. It is not swimming anymore. It is camping. I can like take my dogs. I can go for a few days. I just need to find a good spot. I don't like camping in campgrounds. I like to do more primitive private camping, but it's hard to find places where you can go to do that. There's campgrounds all over the place, but primitive camping is a little tougher, or it has been for me. And I've tried to do some research. I've tried to find different places, but I don't know. It just hasn't quite been working. Haven't really found anywhere. I think that is definitely a yellow area. I think that one is too. I don't think they're showing that much. I think that they are there. And I'm just gonna do this blue. I can't tell what's happening. I don't know if you guys like to go camping, but it's so relaxing to me. And I have one of those really cool tree hammocks. Oh, I want to go backpack camping. I've only gone with a tent, but I would love to go backpack camping. Hike a few miles, put up my tree hammock thing, carry everything on my person that I'm gonna need, that I'm gonna use. I'd love to do that one day. I don't know about the rally. I can't remember. It's been so long. I'm gonna have to watch it again. I think a lot of them were from the ministry. I think it was a bunch of auras and stuff, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to get gradient in here. But now that I got the movie in the mail, it came in yesterday, I believe. I'll be able to go back and check it out. I feel like I've been waiting and waiting for that. That's what I always feel like. It's just I feel like I've been waiting forever for Game of Thrones. It needs to hurry. It really does. chest muscle. I want that to be pretty dark, so I'm basically just using black. I want this to show out more. And then it's kind of hard just to see what the rest of his body's doing. But I know he's got, you know, ab muscles over here. Just can't tell really where they are. It's just so dark. I'm just gonna kind of make it up. It's probably a horrible idea. Anyways, it's so dark in here, but I think it should look like something is happening. His body's just kind of turned in a weird way. There's nothing that's really getting like any highlights to it. Like, not really. It's all just like really dark in there. Okay. Let's see. Let's clean this out. I gotta make those yellow stripes much, much darker. All my yellow has dried. Most of my brown has dried. Okay, this should be better. This is pretty dark. Gonna be good enough for me. Very hard to tell like what exactly is happening in there anyway. Something like that, I think. Maybe. Alright, this still has like a weird, I don't know, something kind of weird still happening right there. Not really sure what to do about it because I think it looks pretty much like what it looks like. And actually, I'm gonna go in with like my detail brush because there are like little lines and stuff. Let's add those in. It's got like little. Things. I don't know. I wish I knew more about anatomy. Oh yeah, I just hit 9. Game of Thrones is less than a month away. I know, I'm so excited. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of finish this up right here. And then we'll call it a night. But when we do the white, it's probably going to get messed up anyway. By white, I mean yellow. I don't know why I said white. It's definitely yellow. Alright. Well, we definitely did some pretty good progress. It's starting to come out pretty good. I really might cover all the yellow with blue Not sure what I think about that. I don't mean all the yellow. I mean these like stripes right here and right there. They're so hard to really see anyway. Might get rid of them and just cover it all blue. It's kind of weird. But I think the Sentinel came out pretty good. Sentinel's all done. I mean, Wolverine is all we have left. So I'm pretty excited. I still think it might take, I'm gonna say 2 more streams. Probably not 2 full streams. Definitely 1 full stream and then maybe a partial stream. And that's just going off of how much time I feel like I've spent on this so far. But almost got most of his top half done. I still need detail on the face, but we got through a good portion of his chest. And then there's like his legs, which I don't know if that would take as long because there's so much detail in here. I think his legs will be a lot easier to do. Then of course his claws I don't think would take too long. But yeah, at least 1 full stream and then I think a partial another stream. I think we'll be done with Wolverine. Pretty excited. I think it's gonna be pretty good when it's done. I might get a frame for it just to see what it'll look like. I don't know. I might end up keeping this one. I think this one turned out pretty nice. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I want to thank for all the people that followed today. Really appreciate it. If you haven't, you should go ahead and hit that follow button. I think, let's see, what is it? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, the next time I will be back is Friday. I'll probably play a game on Friday. Might come back to Arc. Maybe I'll try out The Sims. I don't know, maybe. Got some ideas. I don't know if people are know a whole lot about The Sims, but I don't know. I'm currently addicted to it, but of course you guys know I love Arc. So those are always some good ones. And there's ESO too. But yeah, so let's see. Pop Chris says love it. Awesome. Thanks, Pop Chris. You should sell some paintings as limited editions before you paint over them, the ones that you don't like that much. I don't think people would buy them. I mean, if I don't like them that much, then I don't know. I don't think people will buy them. The ones that I really like, I've got up, and nobody's bought them yet. The only ones, really the only paintings that people have bought are the ones that people contact me privately about. I don't think I've ever had anybody just buy something off of Etsy yet. But it's up and ready. And I do have some cool ones on there. Some of my favorites are on there. I mean, I've also sold some of mine, but usually I'll be painting something and then somebody will message me and say, hey, I want that when you're done with it. How much? And then usually something like that. So everything else is just kind of like sitting around. But yeah, that's how it usually goes. Let's see. Get that screen ready. Yeah. Well, the thing is that if I can reuse it, I feel like that's better than it just sitting here forever. And honestly, if I don't think a painting is good, I almost don't want anybody to have it because I think that says something about me. You know, if it's not good enough for me, then it shouldn't be good enough for other people. I don't want somebody to buy something of mine that I don't even like. Like, I don't know, just as an artist, that just doesn't seem good. So yeah, so if I don't like it, then I usually paint over it. I don't want somebody to have something that I think is bad. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. Okay, yeah, so Friday. See you guys Friday. Have a great couple of days. Enjoy it. The weather's supposed to be getting better. At least here it is. I'm really excited. You guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.